Welcome to Triggered Wrestling. We are days away from NXT No Mercy and AEW's Wrestle Dream. And whether AEW's All-In was 85,000 neckbeards or 71,000 neckbeards, let's all be happy and laugh that Will Ospreay has the wrong number tattooed on his body. All that and more on this episode of Triggered Wrestling.
Triggered Wrestling is so awesome all the way around. That gets me triggered.
Ooh, okay, well, let's go with the bad trigger right now.
See, I'm a fan of all of it.
We'll force you to watch Trigger Wrestling.
Fucking Ospreay, bro. I remember seeing that video of him when he was kind of bummed. He was like, man, I even got the tattoo from my mama. She didn't even want me to get the tattoo. And then find out it's 72 instead of 81. Yeah, man, that number keeps growing, keeps increasing. Nobody knows what the real attendance at this point. People are just speculating. I could care less now.
Yeah, it could care less at this point. And then we have all the people online being like, no, it's paid attendance. So even though somebody bought a ticket and didn't attend, technically they attended by paying. But then they also don't believe that WWE WrestleMania was like 101,000 people, blah, 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 blah. Either way, that show sucked, even if there was 85,000 people in there, or 79, at least in my opinion. Adrian, I know you love AEW.
I don't care who the hell was in attendance. I've been told by numerous WWE personnel who to brag about their numbers is all people inside the arena, which is why they got 100K fans. I mean, did they get the staff workers, the people working at the beer stands? I don't know. But were they added into the numbers? Probably. Does AEW need 85, 72, 71? I can care less because I know the marks are triggered. They are focused on this storyline because they are pissed off that next week on AEW Dynamite, they will be celebrating their fourth year on TV. And that irks the marks. I know that's eating them alive. Their veins coming out of their necks and foreheads. I don't know, man. I could just care less. I'm just here to trigger the marks. That's it.
Wow. Anyways, well, speaking of being 4 years on television now, sadly, we did see some WWE wrestlers released here in the past week. Let's just go down the list really quickly here. I'm going to start from, I would say, the least known wrestlers here. We have, from Brooklyn Barlow, Alexis Gray, Kevin Ventura Cortez, Daniel MacArthur. Those were the ones signed to like the next in line WWE thing from college, right?
Yeah.
So not saying they're nobodies, but I mean, they didn't make it to NXT. So continuing along, we did see Yulisa Leon released. She was on NXT quite a bit. Bryson Montana, the Bussy Bomb himself, Quincy Elliott.
Your boy?
That's your boy, bro.
That's your boy, bro.
Or, Daba Kato, aka Commander Aziz, was released. And then let's get into a couple names that I know that you are devastated about. Shanky was released, Adrian. I know you're sad.
Yeah, he was alright, I guess, for what he was doing. He had a fan base. He had a following.
He had Vince McMahon behind him, bro. That's all that mattered.
Damn.
Did you notice that he got released like right after the India show?
Yes, that was fucked up.
He's like, all right, we don't need you no more.
After being heavily advertised for that show, after being absent from TV for months, he was advertised for this India house show and got released a couple days later. To me, that's kind of fucked up.
Just a little bit. And then I'm going to go with another name that you're devastated about. Top Dollar.
Who?
I mentioned it a while ago that when this guy was on TV, Michael Cole would just rip into him ever since that top dive. And that's not gonna... I know he says he wants to be in the indies, bro, but I don't know who's gonna pay to see him in the indies. And I say that with all due respect.
Yeah, man. And also your boys, the male models, Mansoor and who's the other guy's name? Mace? They also got released, yeah. So it sucks that Maxine Dupree kind of swerved her way into Alpha Academy, which is doing great things. I didn't really see male models going anywhere. Not trying to say that they suck or anything, but they weren't really entertaining wrestling-wise or in entertainment. So, and I'm sure they'll find a job somewhere else. Kind of like my girl Dana Brooke, who's been with the company for a far long time. She also got released. Shelton Benjamin, one of the best of his generation. We all remember that super kick, that monstrous super kick by none other than Shawn Michaels himself on an episode of Monday Night Raw. That's still talked about to this day.
I will say that Mason Mansoor, at least Mansoor stated that on Twitch together, right? That he couldn't lose because of the WWE deal that they had with Saudi Arabia. So that kind of limits anybody that had anything to do with him. So that kind of sucks. But let me see. So keeping on this list going, we have Emma and Riddick Moss. Emma, I don't know why she got re-signed. I mean, good, she made money, but I don't know what she brought to the roster at that point.
Yeah. She basically got brought back to set in catering. A lot of people were excited that she returned to WWE. She had the fan base, she had the following, but most likely she's going to go back to Impact where she was treated with respect and shown the TV time that she deserves.
Yep. And then we're going to get into 3 names here that I could easily see that as soon as Vince McMahon wasn't in charge, they kind of dropped down. Riddick Moss, Rick Boogs, and Elias. I feel like ever since Triple H took charge, those 3 names just disappeared, right? Riddick Moss, obviously Vince liked him for his size. Rick Boogs, he said it himself, when Triple H took charge, my career is dead. And Elias too. I mean, Elias was Ezekiel, but at least he was on TV.
Yep.
Triple H comes back, he switches him back to Elias and then dumps him, uses him as a jobber.
Even Bully Ray said that, how the hell do you have an entertainment company and don't have anything for Elias? The man was over as Elias with his Who Wants to Walk with Elias chant, and Ezekiel as well. He was over with 2 different characters, and WWE did not capitalize on that. To me, I don't know, man. Whether I like wrestling or promos or entertainment-wise, gimmick-wise, I think Elias would have had a great future in WWE. It just sucks that Paul Levesque is a career killer at this point, you know?
Damn, he's still burying people even though he's not a wrestler anymore, bro?
Yup, that sucks, bro.
That's why he's not Triple H, right? That's why. What do you call him?
That's why he's Paul Levesque to your boy.
Damn. Then we're getting to these last 2 names here. Dolph Ziggler and Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle released after these releases due to his issues with TSA, right? That's what it was?
Yeah, at JFK Airport.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. He became a kind of a liability to the company in the last year. I mean, he was suspended because of drug use, right?
Yep.
And then now this, and then they're like, you know what, let's just cut ties with them. I understand that. But Dolph Ziggler, that one shocked me. I mean, I'm shocked because he was loyal to the company. He was loyal to the soil, bro. But he's finally done with WWE. Will he continue to wrestle? Probably. I want to say no. I'm going to say that he does not continue to wrestle.
Really? I mean, he is doing his stand-up along with his brother, but really not even an appearance, not even just to finish his career in the ring the rightful way for like a couple of months, maybe 6.
I'm sure he has that want to wrestle every so often. I don't see him signing like an exclusive deal. And if he does come back to wrestling, he's going to be doing the indie run that Matt Cardona is doing currently.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. I would see Dolph Ziggler as that. I used to call him the main event jobber. He would always be in the main event spot for no apparent reason, just because he was there. And it sucks now that he's gone. He did have a resume right behind him as well too. He was world champion twice, tag team champions with numerous personnel, intercontinental champion as well, won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Man had it all. I don't know why WWE didn't capitalize on him the way they're capitalizing on other mid-card talent. But who knows? Hopefully he finishes his career in wrestling the right way, or continues on doing stand-up along with his brother.
Yeah, and I purposely left one name off the list because we're going to talk about him later on in the show. So stay tuned to figure out who that was if you didn't know by now. All right, so Adrian, we watched Monday Night Raw. I know you texted me a couple times during that event. Anything that stood out on your mind about Monday Night Raw that you want to talk about?
Oof, obviously we had to go with the never-ending story of Dark Order from Wish and the top baby faces that we've never really seen before. I've never seen a babyface start out with a promo and then immediately gets interrupted and then a match gets set. I've never seen that, but I don't want to talk about that now. We should leave that towards the end. The match that really did surprise me. Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio, and I give my sealed stamp of approval on this one. This has been the best match of Dominic Mysterio's entire career, man. The best match at me.
It was a good match. This is the match that had everybody talking on Monday Night Raw. Like, goddamn. I mean, I knew. So let me rephrase this. I did not know Dominic Mysterio was a good worker now, or is it only because he was wrestling Dragon Lee? Who knows? But either way, I enjoyed this match. Dominic Mysterio ends up winning with the Frog Splash, retaining the NXT North American Championship.
Yup. And the reason why I love this match too is the same way I love AEW's matches. It was a highly competitive match. People in attendance did not know Dragon Lee. They didn't know who he was. They just said, "Oh, it's a Rey Mysterio." it's another luchador with a mask. Because the week before, he showed up in attendance at Monday Night Raw. He got zero pop from the audience. This week, he got zero pop when he came out. But when the bell rang, the fans knew who Dragon Lee was. Every move was a chant from the fans. They were chanting, "This is awesome." Close calls from Dragon Lee. Same with Dominic Mysterio. Man, the man was just amazing. The match was amazing. Dominic Mysterio knew how to work without physically talking to their opponent. They just knew exactly what move to do right after the other. Some could say it was a quicker, fast-paced match, my type of style. But Dominic showed a lot of talent, a lot of, I would say a lot of skill in this match. But for the people in attendance and watching at home who did not know who Dragon Lee was, they sure know who the fuck Dragon Lee is. And that's the importance of competitive matches. You go in not knowing one person, and you come out knowing him and being a fan of him. So best believe, a lot of fans are going to watch NXT now so they can watch Dragon Lee.
So I'm going to skip through some of these results real quick because they're kind of don't mean much. Bronson Reed beats Otis Dozovic. That's going to set up a future confrontation between Otis and Ludwig Kaiser later on the show. Ludwig Kaiser takes on Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa hits an invisible jumping knee and beats Ludwig Kaiser, Adrian.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. Both people knew what they were doing. Again, the importance of competitive matches. Ludwig Kaiser has been on the losing end of most of his matches. But every time he steps in the ring, he delivers. And he delivers very fucking well with good chemistry. And yes, although the flying knee did not connect and he took the pin, it was still a great match. And I loved it. The crowd loved it. Everybody was hyped. I was hyped. I know not even the haters, not even the diehard AEW fans can hate on this match because it was a great match. I loved it. And Ludwig Kaiser, again, people have been praising him, saying he's going to be a top star in the future. I sure hope so. But do you think Tommaso Ciampa will dethrone Gunther?
No. What the fuck? No. Never. He shouldn't be even close. Moving on.
Ooh, okay. Since you were talking about Bronson Reed, Bronson Reed is, as we know, we're going to have Elimination Chamber in Australia. And Bronson Reed, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, is getting a small, similar push to Selena Vega. Are we going to see Bronson Reed and Gunther in Australia at Elimination Chamber?
I wouldn't doubt that. And is Bronson Reed going to go out there with the fucking all flagged out, wearing the flag, bro? Probably.
Selena Vega push?
Selena Vega push, bro. He's going to come out wearing the exact same fucking boots.
Yep.
All flagged out. Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised he comes out with Tim Cahill, former footballer of the national team of Australia. Very well respected man out there, but yeah.
All right. I mean, who knows? I'm not too familiar with Tim Cahill because I'm not a soccer mark like you.
Damn.
Anyways, moving on, we get Natalya defending her NXT Women's Championship #1 contendership versus Tegan Nox here. Tegan Nox wins via pinfall with the shiniest wizard. So now it's going to be Tegan Nox versus Becky Lynch at NXT No Mercy.
Nice. I sure hope the match was a little longer. I know people are praising Natalya for putting young talent over, but in terms of wrestling and putting people over, yes, Natalya is doing that. Are the fans impressed with Tegan Nox's performance by defeating Natalya? I'm not too sure about that. I think the match needed to be a little longer, introduce the character a little bit more, have her do some of her old reliable moves. I want to see more of Tegan Nox, but if this is what they're giving us with Tegan Nox week in and week out, then I'm not going to be a fan. They need to give more time to these women, especially in matches or in promos. I may not like promos, but I know some people do. So I think right now it's kind of a bad way to debut.
Well, it'd be re-debut because she was injured for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So moving on, then we get Seth Rollins doing his final challenge to Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura accepts, but only if it's a last man standing match at Fastlane.
All right, and I know this story has been all over the place for me, Brian, so I'm going to need you to help me out. Last pay-per-view, Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then something happened, and apparently Shinsuke is awarded a rematch, or did Rollins grant him a rematch, or what happened here?
Rollins has been begging to fight him again, to prove it wasn't a fluke, to prove that he didn't just get lucky.
So
Shinsuke was saying no. He was denying. He's like, no, I already fought you, already lost. I don't need a match again. I don't need to prove anything. But Seth Rollins still wants to prove that it wasn't just luck that he beat him. But now they're going to have a last man standing match.
So the champion is demanding a rematch for the challenger for his own title when he already beat challenger once already?
Yeah, bro, he's a fighting champion. He wants to prove to himself and to the world that it wasn't just luck, because he was getting his ass handed to him, bro, in that match.
Yeah, so this is like
storytelling at its finest, because I know there's people online that say, I don't need muscle-bound people on TV doing experimental theater. I like to see stories being done in the ring with people hitting each other. And here we have a perfectly good story of this guy getting hit, barely winning, and then he wants a rematch to prove it wasn't just luck.
Yeah, I see this more as a reverse Fast and the Furious thing. We all know that scene from the Fast and the Furious. Dude, I almost had you. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. And this is the reverse version of that, where the champion is literally like, dude, I almost had you. But you want a rematch, though?
He said, he's like, people think I barely beat you, bro. So I'm going to give you this rematch to give you the real work. But either way, I'm excited. It's going to be a good match, bro. Stop hating.
Yeah, I may not understand it, but I mean, it's going to put some people in seats. Who's winning the championship this time?
Damian Priest, bro. Damian Priest's gonna win.
Really?
We'll get there when we get to our predictions for Fastlane next week. Moving on, Nia Jax says she squashes everybody, and then she has a quick match with Zoe Stark. One would call this a squash match, but I'm glad Nia Jax is back. Adrian, anything you want to say about this one?
Yeah, Nia Jax, when the first words, when Michael Cole did the interview, she said, I'm the baddest human in all of WWE. And if we know Jade Cargill from AEW, her line is, I'm the baddest bitch around. Could this be how Jade Cargill gets introduced to the WWE roster? Stand up for all the females in the WWE locker room who are getting their asses kicked by Nia Jax? I would like this to be a good introduction for Jade Cargill. What about you?
She just needs to work on her in-ring skills a little bit longer. I feel like we're going to see her at Royal Rumble.
Ooh, we could. And I know I was talking to a couple fans on Facebook, and one of them predicted that the only reason why they announced the arrival of Jade Cargill on Twitter was to hide the fact that WWE lost Edge. And we'll get to that later on, but I've never seen any WWE talent who has signed with the company get announced like that on Twitter. It's usually a debut, it's usually rumors, or they just show up on a pay-per-view or on TV. Do you remember somebody get announced?
Gable Steveson.
Who?
Gable Steveson.
Who's that?
The other gold medalist that debuted on NXT, and remember, he even got drafted on Monday Night Raw like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then he showed up at WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that guy, Gable Steveson.
See, at least he showed up to a WWE show. Jade Cargill's still not in any show.
She showed up to NXT, bro.
Stop.
She showed up to ESPN. Anyways, moving on. Then we get The Miz essentially instigating an issue here between Drew McIntyre and Kofi Kingston. That sets up a match here. And Drew McIntyre is turning into an anti-hero here. He's a good guy, but he's really not a good guy. He's Batman. Cody Rhodes is Superman. That's what I heard somebody say, and I like it.
Yeah, he's transitioning into a heel that people love. Heels can be liked. I said it numerous times. But just like how Miz was not making any sense, well, why did you leave Kofi Kingston there to get his ass beat? Because he's not my problem. What the fuck? I'm not friends with him. He's not in my faction. I'm not cool with him. He has a homie back there. There's a lot of baby faces in the backstage that could have helped Kofi Kingston, but nobody did. So why should I? I just had a match with Kofi. I'm not gonna go help him out. That ain't my boy. That ain't my guy. You have that trumpet guy in the back as well.
Xavier, what's the trumpet guy?
Yeah, I forgot his name. I didn't understand this whole Miz TV segment. It was just, oh, why didn't you help him? Aren't you a good guy? No, he said it. I'm not a good guy. Why am I supposed to help him? And then the instigate, it's like, it was a never ending, but hey, I like this Drew. I like when he returned with Matt Riddle, I kind of didn't like it. I kind of had a feeling Drew McIntyre was not really in that team up. So I'm glad they let him do his own thing.
Moving on to the banger ass main event. They gave us a pay-per-view quality main event here. Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This time not in a 6-man tag. This time not in a regular tag match. This is for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship. We've been seeing Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, or Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, but now we get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn finally getting their rematch here in a pay-per-view quality main event. Judgment Day wins by pinfall. Damian Priest barely beating Sami Zayn with help of the entire Judgment Day, JD Madonna included, minus Rhea Ripley, of course. Adrian, you cannot complain and hate about this main event, bro. Nah, it was a long match.
It was a great main event. It had the caliber of a main event. It had a caliber of a PLE main event. I liked it. The reason why I didn't like it, We've seen this matches numerous times. I'm glad they went all out in this match and they didn't give us something that we've already seen last week and the week before and the week after that or the week before that and the week before that and the week before that. It's a repetitive, never-ending storytelling. They're just, alright, you guys are feuding? Alright, cool. We're just gonna put you randomly in trios matches and do the best. I liked it. It was a great match. I did like the build-up, especially from the whole show, starting out with the promo, then Dark Order from Edge interrupts. Whatever, right? Same old bullshit, right? But then apparently Damian Priest still has beef with JD Madonna, saying he's the reason why he got his ass kicked at the beginning of the show. And he does not trust JD Madonna at all. He's just I would say he's the Wheeler Yuta of Dark Order from Wish, even though he's not really in the faction. But he's their Wheeler Yuta. Probably worse, because I have not seen the man win a single match. So, I don't know. I like this match. Could this potentially lead to something like War Games, Brian? Could they add more members to this War Games match, or are they going to leave it at 4 versus 4?
It's going to be 4 versus 4, and this is perfectly set up for War Games. And this is what I love about the WWE formula, is they plan out everything so far ahead that everything just makes sense. Everything's just logical, and it's a great storytelling to follow.
Yeah.
So we got these 4 men, Cody Rhodes, we got Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Someone online called them the Roman Reigns Loser Club in full effect here versus Judgment Day. But I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I can see why a lot of people have distanced themselves from WWE, as we seen last week. They got the lowest ratings of all fucking time. Yeah, man, it's just a repetitiveness. If you're going to have a 5-on-5 match later on in the year, anybody can say, oh, this is why they're putting the breadcrumbs. Bruh, you lost a lot of fans. No way you can get them back, probably. I wasn't a fan of this. I'm still not a fan of this. Would I tune in if this is a winner-takes-all War Games match? Abso-fucking-lutely. This would be a great War Games match if they put everything on the line against the people who've lost against Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Jey Uso. Do you want to see something like that, or just regular ass War Games?
I'm okay with regular just War Games. So let me just recap this. You're not a fan of constant rematches like 6-man tags with just slight changes in it, right? Week
in, week out, weekly. From this, okay. This goes back for all the way from before WrestleMania, bruv. Before WrestleMania.
Not true. Not Judgment Day. But anyways, now that I got the information I needed, we must continue on to the next segment.
Before we move on, the only reason why I would say winner take all, because they absolutely have nothing to do with Cody Rhodes at this moment. He's been doing absolutely squat. Even his promos are squat. He hasn't said anything of importance in 2 months. Fuck it. Is he going to SmackDown or not? If he's not, cool. Have Dark Order from Wish put everything on the line against these guys. And that gives Cody Rhodes the briefcase, Jey Uso the North American title, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Boom. There you go. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at next year's WrestleMania. If that happens, most likely The Rock won't be challenging Roman Reigns. Or they might. I don't know, bro. But yeah, this competitive of 7... Let me tell you, before you go on to AEW, this is what? Almost 8 months, bruv, of competitive rematches that lead nowhere. Losers keep getting title shots after title shots after title shots, bruv.
Bro, what are you talking about? Judgment Day and these guys are new. They've been at least going at it for like a month.
A month?
Yeah, bro. Last week. Yes, because they flip-flopped.
1 month.
It was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And then next week it was Jey Uso and...
1 month.
Yes. It was Jey Uso with
1 month.
Kevin Owens. And it was Jey Uso
God,
with
damn.
Sami Zayn. Anyways.
Hey,
choke on a... bro.
1 month. We've seen these 4 individuals interact with each other last month. And that's where it all started?
Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes started before then, bro. You're not following the story here.
Bro, we have seen Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I know you AEW fans need to see something fresh every episode or else you lose concentration.
Bro, 1 month. You telling me these 4 individuals started beefing with each other? These 8 individuals started feuding with each other last month? Dark Order from Wish and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
Jey Uso just barely...
Okay, eliminate Jey Uso. What about Cody Rhodes against Dark Order from Wish? Didn't he have a feud with fucking, what's his name, Condom at a PLE? Didn't Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn been feuding with...
when was that?
That's long ago. That's still bro, this is...
Long ago, bro. Anyways...
It did not start last month. It did not start... Bro, are you seriously telling me?
Talking about... Bro.
Please tell me this feud started 1 month.
Jey Uso started like a month ago.
Okay. I said eliminate Jey Uso from the equation.
Nah, but he's still in the equation.
What about this other 3 individuals? This is the first month that they started feuding with each other?
No, it's not the first
Okay.
month, bro.
Right.
But hey,
What month are we on? 6th, 7th?
it's the bottom of the 3rd inning, bro.
Well, apparently that's not what Cody Rhodes said at the beginning. See, this is what I'm saying. If it was if it was actual 1 month or 2 month, I'd be okay with it. But 6, 7 months? That's where I draw the line. But that's where I'm like, bro, you guys are giving us the same shit over and over, and nothing is changing.
Nah, they're not, bro. You're tripping balls. Speaking of things that should probably change, there's been a long rumor here that Edge is going to be making his way to AEW. Adrian, is he going to be making his way to AEW?
That I don't know. They did have a couple teasers here and there. Tony Khan in a press conference said, does Christian have an edge? Who knows? He could have an edge, he could not. That's a reference to Edge, Adam Copeland. Then there was also, a lot of people have discovered on social media that Edge did not grow up with his father. And that leads on to the story of Christian Cage attacking people with no fathers. Could this be an end for him? I don't know. It could be interesting. The story is laid out right there for them. If he joins, cool. If he doesn't, Christian Cage is still going to do what he's going to do. I wouldn't mind seeing Edge finish a good story with Christian. Just cool little 3-4 months, at least get a paycheck or so. What about you?
I don't want to see Edge in AEW. I know there's money there with Christian reviving E&C, but I do not want to see Edge going to AEW. For one, they need to stop being the place where these WWE wrestlers go when they're fired or let go. They need to start creating their own stars and stop relying on the old WWE talent, because at this point they're becoming WCW essentially.
There's another name been thrown around too of who might jump ship to WWE. There's people throwing Wardlow, heavy Wardlow, and then Ricky Starks. Do you think Wardlow might jump ship?
He might. I don't want to see him in WWE. How to explain this? He's big, yes. Is he bigger than the guys that just got released? No. For example, Rick Boogs is a lot bigger than Wardlow is. He's got a lot more fucking charisma than Wardlow does for sure. Riddick Moss is probably more in shape than Wardlow is, so I don't see what Wardlow brings to the table that other guys already have there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I was talking to a few fans of ours on Facebook, and I pretty much said the whole thing. WWE does not know how to create big muscular men anymore. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the steroid era. As he gave us perfectly good examples, Riddick Moss, Elias Ezekiel, and Rick Boogs, all big men. And WWE did absolutely nothing with them.
Well, not even just WWE doesn't know what to do with big men. I mean, AEW doesn't know what to do with them either. They got Wardlow, who compared to Powerhouse Hobbs looks like a regular sized guy, and they don't know how to book Powerhouse Hobbs. They don't know how to book Miro. They don't know how to book fucking, what's his name, Big Bill.
Yeah, but
It is what it is. It's on both companies.
yeah, but again, the only reason why people are saying Wardlow's name, because he's a big guy. He has the look Vince McMahon is looking for. But if they had 4 or 5 people that are bigger than Wardlow and they did absolutely nothing with them, who's to say that Wardlow's not going to follow in the same footsteps as them? Get hired, get hyped up for 3-4 months, and then get released a year later.
Personally, I don't see what the big... Same with Ricky Starks. I don't understand their draw power, star power that people appeared to see. Like, to me, Ricky Starks is just another guy. To me, he's nothing special. Like, if anything, this is what I alluded to earlier on. If AEW signed Mustafa Ali, he's not the biggest guy, but he is bigger than a lot of people on that roster, and he can put on some good matches, and he's a good promo work. Like, that'd be the perfect guy that you guys would want.
Yep.
But they're probably not going to sign him, and if they do, he's probably going to be misused.
Like how he was misused in WWE, correct?
Just like that. He didn't get a fair shake. I mean, they tried to put him in Retribution. That was a disaster.
What about the hacker?
That was like right before Retribution. But yes, he was the SmackDown hacker.
Yeah, and then I think when he went down to his NXT, he gave that press conference as a presidential candidate or something. I saw on Twitter, people were loving that. People were asking for that character to be brought back. And then a couple of weeks later, he got released. I'm like, bro, are you guys not listening to your fans or what?
Well, it actually was rumored today that NXT higher-ups were not aware that he was going to get released, and they had big plans for him leading into 2024. So there's some miscommunication there from the WWE higher-ups in Endeavor, TKO, to NXT, because they're using him. I mean, he was supposed to be wrestling this Saturday, so you could see what exactly happened there.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that, he had a title match waiting for a PLE, thought he was all Gucci, and yeah, it kind of sucks, man.
It does suck, but it doesn't suck as much as watching AEW Dynamite on September 27, 2023. Let us know what you guys thought about this AEW Dynamite episode in the comments section, or message us directly at Triggered Wrestling everywhere and on X at Trig_Wrestling, TRIGG_Wrestling. I'm kind of kidding about this being a bad Dynamite. It was actually pretty decent. I liked it because it was a WWE style Dynamite, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, man, it all started with not Orange Cassidy, but with the All-Atlantic Championship on the line, with Rey Fenix, newly crowned Rey Fenix, and the future of the business, 60-something-year-old Jeff Jarrett. I don't know how Jeff Jarrett got a title shot. There was no tournament. There was no number one contender match being announced for anything. But yeah, Jeff Jarrett went on to have a good match with Rey Fenix.
It was a good match.
It wasn't one of the top 5, but it was a great match. Jeff Jarrett can still move. Rey Fenix obviously won, but I don't know if you saw, Rey Fenix could have probably suffered an injury. People are saying it's just a sprain. Others are saying it's a legit injury. But he finished the match. So I'm hoping it's nothing serious.
No, I think it's a sprained ankle. He looked fine. The only thing I will say is that Jeff Jarrett puts on really good matches and he can make anybody look good. And also this AEW International Championship kind of triggers me. We'll get into it further down the road here. This was a good match. So moving on, we find out that Adam Cole is indeed injured and he's got crutches, celebrating MJF's big win on the boat.
Yes, for those who don't know, they did a little reference to Tony Soprano and Paulie when they were on the boat on their episode of The Sopranos. I'm not going to go recap over that. You guys either know what I'm talking about or you guys can do your research because we want to keep this strictly for wrestling. But yes, it was another reference to another pop culture classic. But yeah, it was a great segment, and Captain Insano, Dr. Insano, whatever, made an appearance.
Captain Insano from Waterboy, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a good little segment. I think this was one of the better ones from the past weeks that they've done. I know you didn't like some of them, but it's good that they have something good now.
Moving on, we get Renee Paquette interviewing Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita. Yeah, then we get Sammy Guevara doing like a Tony Soprano Scarface promo here, pretty much getting welcomed as the newest member of the Don Callis family. Adrian, what'd you think about this?
I liked it. A lot of people were saying that's a Razor Ramon ripoff, but, he is doing a Tony Montana. Tony Montana is Cuban. Sammy Guevara is half Cuban, so, he's doing it right. At least he's Cuban and he's not,
not white.
Yeah.
like fucking Razor Ramon. Yeah. No, that's true. This reminds me of when Swerve went out to choke out Nick Wayne at their household.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same shit with
Konosuke attacking Korebushi.
Exactly. It was the same shit. The copy and paste here.
Actually, to be honest, this is the second time this has happened. Don Callis has gone to Mexico to attack Kenny Omega. Now he goes all the way to Japan and attacks Korebushi in his own dojo with a kettlebell? Bruv, this man is an assassin. He's trying to catch a body. Konosuke Takeshita looking like something out of a Yakuza or something. Yeah, man, these two men are very dangerous to the company. Anything can happen. Most likely an injury if they continue this on. I will petition to have these people removed from the building every time they show up on AEW Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage, because they're out here to catch bodies, bro. They're not here to entertain us anymore. These men are truly unsafe workers, and I'm legit concerned for the safety of other wrestlers. So whoever's feuding with Konosuke and Don Callis, just watch your back, man, because these guys are out here trying to catch bodies, man.
Moving on to that, I don't even want to talk about this. We get Wheeler Yuta and Ricky Starks at Wrestle Dream. It doesn't make sense.
Damn, bro.
It doesn't make sense. I'm just going to skip over that. All right, then we get Brian Cage, Claudio Castagnoli, and Nick Jackson in an AEW International Championship #1 contenders match. We've never had a #1 contenders match for this title before because they're fighting champions. They would just fight anybody. But now we have a international championship contender match here, and it's Nick Jackson that wins, bro. I'm so fucking triggered. He's a Ring of Honor Trios champ. He's got a tag team title shot at Russell Dream, and then he's got this, right? Now he's challenging for the international championship, bro. This is exactly the same reason why you cannot have wrestlers be bookers, be creative, be EVPs, bro. It's excessive for me.
Yeah, man, this reminds me of pretty much Paul Levesque, bruv. The man married into the family. He knew exactly what he was doing from day one, put himself over. But yeah, we're not talking about that. Yeah, man, bookers book their own matches, I guess, right?
Yeah, bookers book their own matches. I mean,
EVPs putting themselves over, man. This is
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This is fucking WCW all over again.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Nash, the booker in WCW at one point?
Yes, he was. Kevin Nash. And he booked himself to beat Rey Mysterio and take his mask.
Yeah.
The fucking audacity.
Speaking of that, you know, I recently found out that the reason why that happened too was because Eric Bischoff did not think masked wrestlers were marketable. Another thing the man has failed on, and people still want to take his take seriously? By God.
By God. All right, so moving on here, we get another video from Righteous. People saying online that they love this Righteous storyline. And I'm like, what storyline, dude? They've been on TV for like 2 weeks and it's been just videos. So I don't know what story they got going on there.
Nah, they got no story. Yeah, their characters is kind of cool. Their theme song is something out of True Detective Season 1. For those out there who saw that show, make the connection with the theme songs and the opening theme. Yeah, man, Righteous, they have good promos or delivering good cutscenes, vignettes. I like them. I'm not gonna be here and be like, oh, I'm their best fan. You should be a fan of them as well. I mean, just watch them. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. I like them so far.
Yeah, let's skip over this promo. Essentially, MJF once again with Adam Cole. Then we get Jim Ross having a sit down with Christian Cage and Darby Allin, talking about that this can be a 2 out of 3 falls match because he wants to expose Darby Allin because he's not a good wrestler. Asking if his uncle is going to be in attendance before he says that his uncle's dead. Shit like that.
Yeah, man. JR asked him a really good question. He said, Christian Cage, I know this is going to piss you off, but you lost to this man twice already. What makes you think you're going to beat him 2 out of 3 falls if you lost already? He said, bro, you was a jobber. You was a jobber, and you going up against the people that just beat you twice? Come on, bro. And this time's going to be for the TNT title at Darby Allin's hometown in Seattle, Washington.
That's where he won the last time he was TNT title holder, right?
Yeah, he beat Samoa Joe. Yeah, I was there in Climate Pledge Arena. That shit was dope.
So is this guy going to get the Zelina Vega push a second time, bro? Because last time was really awkward as well, bro. It was Samoa Joe feuding with Powerhouse Hobbs. Did Samoa Joe's barely just beat Powerhouse Hobbs for the title? Or was it Wardlow? I think it was Wardlow.
I think it was Wardlow, yeah.
It was Wardlow. And then fucking this random match happens. Then Darby wins. And then Samoa Joe wins it back. And then he loses it to Wardlow. And then Wardlow, like a week later, gets his shit stolen. And then Powerhouse Hobbs beats him for the title. All within like a 2-month span.
Yup, that TNT title, man. I mean, Christian Cage is the self-proclaimed TNT champion, and now he's a real TNT champion. Hopefully, he can still retain so he can take that title back to its prestigiousness, kind of like how Darby Allin was saying a few months back. But who knows? Anything can happen, man.
Yep. Then we get a random match. Austin Gunn versus Matt Jackson versus Orange Cassidy versus Penta el Cero Miedo. Orange Cassidy wins with Orange Punch on Matt Jackson. Just a random match to fill out the show.
Yeah, it was just a little teaser for what we're going to see at Wrestle Dream. These 4 men are going to be in that Fatal 4-Way AEW Tag Team Championship #1 contender match. So, a little teaser here, you know. Pretty much like you said, random ass matches to put people on the show just to have another match. And to me, if you have nothing, no story-wise, no matches for anybody, hell, put them on the ring. Let us see what they have. Entertain us in the squared circle. Kind of like how other shows should be doing. But yeah, I like that. It was pretty cool.
That was a good match. I mean, this is a go-home match for the pay-per-view. You know, this is kind of how they go. Then we get Julia Hart get not a squash match win over Willow Nightingale, but she gets the win here. And that's the main event match here. The real main event is a WWE style main event where we get a banger ass promo from Shane Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. I guess it's a contract signing, right? Technically?
Yeah, contract signing. But let me talk a little bit more about Julia Hart, man. We have seen this woman literally grow from the age of 18 to I think she's probably 21 at this point. She started off with the Varsity Blonde, spunky blonde girl cheerleader. Then House of Black came into play. Then they were trying to recruit her, accidentally got hit with the mist. Then she started transitioning. We are literally seeing a star in the making, a star develop in front of our eyes. And the song, the character of Julia Hart, it's amazing. I love it. Something that to be honest, I think I'm not going to compare, but kind of like Becky Lynch, we all saw her from NXT. Actually, I would say the 4 Horsewomen, actually. All of them from NXT, unknown, build their stock up, build their name up, and some of them main events at WrestleMania. A lot of them held world championships on either Raw and SmackDown. I'm not going to say Julia Hart may be world champion in the future. If she is, good for her, but this is a great build-up for AEW. Especially with the loss of Jade. Julia Hart is money, and the House is Black is money. I'm gonna be tuning in every time Julia Hart comes out. But the contract signing, banger, bruv. Banger.
What did Swerve Strickland say to Hangman?
He said, what's a farmer to a mogul? What's a cowboy to an outlaw? What's a buckshot to a kill shot? Making a Lucha Underground reference at the end. To be honest, I know you like to mention, all the marks pop for anything. Picture your boy marking out over that kill shot name. I was looking down and like 2 seconds later, I was like, oh shit, he said kill shot. Making the reference, I marked out so fucking much.
I'm a fan of Swerve Strickland, and I dislike Hangman Page more than, not as more as I dislike Wheeler Yuta, but pretty damn close. But, and this is the thing, I'm excited. It pumped me up, but they've just booked Swerve Strickland so badly. Like, I want him to win, and I want to be like, this is the time he wins. But if he loses, I'm going to just be like, I'm done with AEW again. Until next week.
And you know what? This is also in his hometown of Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, bro. He's gonna get that Zelina Vega push, bro.
No, mama.
He's gonna come out with the Seattle Sounders jersey, bro, or Seattle Seahawks. I'm calling it.
Seattle Sounders. Yeah, that's their team. That's their soccer team. But then he started trash talking the fans about how we're in Denver. Started trash talking their football team and Russell Wilson. How he gave them a Super Bowl and the 12th man is in Seattle, and now they dumped that trash. Russell Wilson up in Denver, and they fucking went ballistic. The man got so much heat, but hey, man, if you're a heel, you're supposed to get heat.
Yep, that is true.
All right, and then right after that contract signing, then the camera goes to the back and we see 4 men in ski masks all blacked out beating up on Jay White. Earlier on the night, Jay White and MJF had an amazing promo off. Jay White came out with Bullet Club Gold. He told his goons, hey bro, stand back. We ain't no bitches like in other companies. Let me handle MJF mano a mano, solo, 1v1. I don't need no crew behind me to beat up one man. I ain't no bitch like another company in a purple faction. Let's talk in the ring one-on-one. And then Jay White is getting his ass kicked at the end of the show with someone wearing MJF's mask. And that leaves the question of who is under that mask. Is it MJF? People are saying Adam Cole. Somebody even said Mercedes Moné. I don't know why.
Wow.
But her name is being thrown out there.
That's ridiculous.
Who do you think
I know
it is?
exactly who it is, bro. It's Adam Cole. It's Roderick Strong. It's Bobby Fish. And it's Kyle O'Reilly. Who the fuck is Kevin O'Reilly, bro?
I don't know.
Anyways, Kyle O'Reilly. It's Undisputed Era. Someone online zoomed in and they're like, does one of the guys under the hood have a broken neck? Because he's got if you look at the picture, he's got the fucking neck brace under the thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. You didn't see that picture?
No, I gotta see it.
No, yeah. But that's who I'm thinking it's gonna be. It's Undisputed Era.
Ooh. They have had a lot of bad luck since they left WWE. I think pretty much everybody has been injured since they left that company. I don't think Roderick, obviously his injury is a little bit more severe. The man can barely walk. Adam Cole's not a real friend. He's next.
Adam.
Bro, I'm gonna donate to the cause because, your boy is also neck strong. Oh, for those who don't know, there's a little inside joke between our friends. Apparently your boy has no neck. Yeah. For those who, it's an inside joke. There's videos on YouTube. You can look at your boy, drop them DMs, but honestly, your boy is taken, so they're gonna be left on red. But yeah, if you guys do like to interact with us, go on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go on Triggered Wrestling, at Triggered Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. On Twitter X, we are TRIGG_WRESTLING. Tell us your predictions. Tell us what's gonna happen. Who was under the mask? What's the dream match in war games between Judgment Day and the top baby faces. Are they going to put everything on the line, make it mean something, or they're just going to have a regular ass war games match? Are they going to add more people to the match? Who knows? But please follow us, subscribe, like our videos, do all of the above, because we're here for you guys. We're here to entertain you guys, make fun of each other as well. Brian, any last words?
That's everything, man. Stay triggered.
Bang, bang.